Hey everybody, it's Jason with Premier Janitorial with you again here on our Thursday afternoon chat, and I am here with good friend Haley Kirka of Noble Business Services. We're going to have a little bit of chat and hopefully bring some value to you, put her in the spotlight her business, and tell you what a great lady she is in the business that she's running. So Haley, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell us what do you want people to know about you.
Thanks, Jason. I'm excited to be here with you and appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, I have lived in Alaska for 20 years, so since I was 6 years old, and live here with my husband and 3 little boys. We are the owners of Noble Business Services and have been doing this for, I've been in the industry for about 7 years, but own the business for almost 3. And looking forward to just having this conversation and seeing what we're going to talk about today.
All right. Well, I guess I learned something. I didn't realize you lived in Alaska 20 years. So,
yeah.
And I said longtime friend on our intro. So I've known Haley for, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years. I would tell you the age she was when I met her, but then I would be telling you how old she is since I told you how long I've known her. So I won't do that.
Well, that's okay, Jason. I think it has been like 9, maybe even 10 years. We'll have to go back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how old we all were. It's difficult.
Yeah, no. Well, we gauged it off of Ashton. So I think Ashton was a baby when we first met. So yeah, so her birthday is in like 2 weeks or a week and a half. So she turns 9. So that's kind of the gauge because she was pretty small when we met. So anyway,
time goes by fast.
You've been in business 3 years, but you've been in the industry for 7 years. So before you actually started the business, what were you doing as far as the and we'll get into exactly what you do here in a minute. But what were you doing prior to actually starting a business?
Yeah. Well, I actually was the executive administrative assistant for a nonprofit corporation. And when I first started, I thought I was going to be doing like office management type stuff. And they were like, hey, why don't you do our bookkeeping too? And so I kind of got thrown into it and was kind of pulling my hair out, really didn't know what I was doing, and they had a mess for me to clean up. So started just really educating myself, taking a lot of classes, spending so many hours figuring out what was going on and how to do all of this stuff, and eventually realized like those light bulb moments where I got a huge issue taken care of and resolved gave me this high, and I just realized how much I actually loved working with the numbers, and my job kind of morphed into being the manager of the bookkeeping and accounting, and over a period of several years. So it kind of got thrown at me, but after I'd been doing it for a while, I realized just how much I loved it, and then there came a time when I realized I wanted to do it for more than just one company, and so that's when I branched off and decided to start my own business.
Right. And so for anybody that doesn't know, for those that know her will know, she definitely is a number person. She's one of the rare people that loves budgets. She's, most people are like, I don't want to mess with my budget. She actually looks forward to every month sitting down and doing her budget. So, yeah. So Noble Business Services. Okay. So you started off doing the accounting and the books for a nonprofit, started your business. So Noble Business Services, what services? Because I know you do a lot more than just bookkeeping. The standard bookkeeping. So tell us a little bit about what all services you offer, where your passion is, and kind of what direction your business is going.
For sure, yeah. I did actually start as just doing bookkeeping, and I liked that. I still like it, but I wanted to offer a lot more value to my clients than just being like a data entry person. I do love numbers, like you said, and I like seeing kind of the impact of planning, and so a lot of what I do can be more thought of as like controller level or CFO level work, where I'm giving more projections and input and helping the business owner kind of guide their business from a financial perspective. And that's really where my passion is. It's more than just doing data entry. So we do monthly bookkeeping, accounting, and everything that comes with taxes. So tax preparation, sorry about the background noise, my kiddos are outside my door. Tax preparation, tax planning, and pretty much, problem solving is a lot of what I do from in the financial part of a business. So finding out where somebody may be bleeding money, what they can do to improve their long-term cash flow, and budgeting. So I personally, like you said, I love budgeting on a personal level for my family. It's like one of my favorite times of the month. but also for a business owner, it's really critical. So I like to bring that into the owners that I work with.
Right. Well, and I can say from a personal perspective, I know when we've been working together for about 2.5 years, I thought I knew my numbers. That's one of the biggest things as a business owner. You always hear all the time, you got to know your numbers. And once they actually hired you and you sat down and took our books and saw what they were, I'm not going to lie. Obviously,
I can't hear you at all, so I don't know how I'm going to respond to this.
Oh, well, are you not hearing me because your voice, or did my mic all of a sudden go away?
Your mic cut out. Your mic cut out totally. So I hear you again. I hear you again now, sir. Anyway.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if there was a connection because you kind of froze there for a minute. So if anybody wants to know, this is live, so there are hiccups. We're going to freeze at times, and it's obviously you can hear our voice. And I'll tell you one thing. It's tax season, right? And we'll get to that in just a minute. But I was saying that when Haley came on board, in case you missed it, we hired her about 2.5 years ago, and I thought I knew my numbers, knew where my business was, but she'll probably tell you, or she probably won't tell you, but I will. My books were a mess. She got them all straightened up, and I really got to look at where my numbers are, and she did offer all those things. She, let me. We did a budget. We sit down. She does a budget with me, and she's got lots of services that she offers, and it really helped me have clarity on all my numbers, and then helping me get to where my numbers want to be. So I know that's been a great asset to me. She doesn't just do the bookkeeping. That's one of the things I wanted you to highlight. A lot of people think, well, I just need a bookkeeper, but there is so much more, and there's a lot more you can do and want to know as far as your business. I'm going to say hi to, right now I know Kevin's out there. I'll say hi to him. He's almost, anyway, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. It is so much more than bookkeeping, and like I said, we do that as a service, and it is critical to the success of a business because without good bookkeeping, your numbers can be all over the place, and you're making decisions based on what you think is accurate data, and it may not be. So it is very important, but again, going beyond that and providing the value of really helping to guide your business is where I like to step in and become kind of like a trusted advisor. That's really where my passion is, and also making sure that business owners are not overpaying in taxes. That's a big part of what I do. Tax planning is something that's often overlooked, and yet taxes are one of the biggest expenses a business owner will ever face. And so being able to strategically plan for that side of your business is really important as well. And something that I've actually gotten a special certification as a certified tax coach, just so that I can do that well, and have had a lot of success in that department too. So I love that because I really don't want anybody overpaying in taxes, and the tax code is written to the benefit of business owners. So that's always exciting when I can come in and show you how to save money.
It is. I know. Well, I can test to that one also. The first year alone, I think, I don't remember the exact number, but I think you told us, like, wait a minute, your structure is wrong. I think you saved us $30,000 to $40,000 the first year alone. That's
and I mean, you're one of the success stories I do like to share because, we came in and put together, even at that point, just a really simple tax plan and saved you about $40,000. And even just looking at the numbers, like your business grew by about 25% the next year, but you paid like tens of thousands of dollars less in taxes. So that's really where the power of tax planning comes in, is just, as your business grows, the savings are going to be greater, and pretty much all businesses can benefit from a good strategic tax plan.
Right. Now you talked about you're a certified tax
coach.
What was the title? Coach. And you're also, I think, we're going back to the budgeting, and I know you are a big Dave Ramsey fan. You're also one of the only ELPs, endorsed licensed providers for him in Alaska. Maybe not the only one. If maybe not, you can.
The only one, yeah. Yeah,
I
am. I'm the only.
So what kind of process was that? How did you?
So that's interesting. They have certain requirements to be able to be an ELP. I had to be in business for at least a year and a half, so kind of got to that threshold, and then reached out to them. But also kind of making sure that I've been through Dave Ramsey's plan and can help other people get through their financial struggles that they might be having. So, having been through Financial Peace University a number of times, reading his books, those types of things. And a lot of it was an interview process of me to make sure that my heart was to actually help people, to be kind of the heart of a teacher when it comes to finances, because I don't want to build a business that's just I see you once a year at tax time, or we talk a couple times a year. I really do want to be like your partner, and that's how I'm trying to build my business, and be really become that person that you go to for financial advice. And it's something that I've become really passionate about in the last year, is seeing that I can help a business owner get on track with their business side of stuff. But if we don't also look at the personal side, everything can start to fall apart. So been doing some coaching that's really in line with what a lot of Dave Ramsey teaches too, that kind of integrates both the personal and the business side, so that we can have a complete financial plan, not just one or the other. And I think that's really important, and something that's a little bit been missing in the financial teaching sphere, is, you know, how to make it work when you have a business, and make it so that it kind of flows together, because it does. I mean, having a business impacts your personal life so much, and you need to be able to kind of work it out together.
Right. Yeah, very much so. So let's add some value to some people here. So talking about taxes, right? I want to say we just finished up tax season, but I just learned from Haley a day or two ago that if you live in what is Anchorage, the Mat-Su Valley, and the Kenai Peninsula, that the tax, you have an automatic extension until the 30th of April. Is that correct? The date? So yeah, I was telling Haley, I'm like, I thought tax season was over, and it's not. So you're still in the middle of it. So. Yeah. So for most people that have already done their taxes, or maybe watching this, they've probably already done them because maybe they didn't know that, so they filed their taxes. So what would you tell somebody out there, especially business owners? What is the best piece of advice you give them now? Because thinking about tax season well, actually, I guess personal taxes are the 15th. If you had a business, there was an earlier date, but a lot of times you do the business taxes, then which can roll over to the personal side. What would you tell them? Don't wait until February, March and getting all your paperwork together and doing whatever. What's the best piece of advice you could give us to be ready to start planning for tax season next year, and what you would recommend for that?
Yeah. Well, I know there is such a thing as tax season, because that's when we're preparing the taxes, but really tax season starts, like you said, so much more before the beginning of the following year. So having everything in order. I exclusively use QuickBooks, so that's a really good software that can be used by a business owner, or if you're outsourcing your bookkeeping to somebody else. But having it caught up to date all year, instead of just waiting until it is time to file your taxes. Again, it's more about just the numbers that you put on the tax form. It's about being able to make good decisions throughout the year. So I think that the number one thing is to have an accounting system in place. If you're a serious business owner, that's something that is really critical to your long-term success. And so just making sure that's set up ahead of time. And there's so many things that you can do also to capture as many tax deductions as possible. A big one that a lot of people miss is the mileage deduction. If you're working from a home office at all, you'll want to take advantage of that. It's 54.5 cents per mile for 2019. And if you do any sort of driving in any quantity for your clients or for your business work, that can really add up fast. So I always say to use an app like Mile IQ or something like that, just to capture your business miles. So you can get that deduction. And then if you do work from your home, make sure you have an area that's set aside that you regularly and exclusively use for your business. Even if it's just a desk, you do want to have a spot that you can claim as your home office, because then you can take the miles from your home office to your client's place of business or any business work that you're doing. So I don't want to get too nitty gritty, but the mileage deduction is one that a lot of people overlook, or they think it's too complicated to track. And, you know, when you tell people the requirements that the IRS has, you know, that you have to track your beginning and ending mileage and the purpose of your trip and all this stuff. And they're like, oh, I'm not going to have a spreadsheet in my car. And, you know, there's apps that can do it. That Mile IQ is the best one. But it really helps with tax time to have all of that already in order. And again, if your accounting is in order already, then you're not scrambling. And I'm not also being given like a shoebox full of receipts that I have to sort through. The accuracy is going to be better when you do it all throughout the year. So I think that's the biggest thing. From a business perspective, I always say my number one rule is to have separate business accounts. that all the business expenses are run through and that you never run personal expenses through. And you'd probably be surprised with a number of business owners that don't do that one thing. And I'm telling you, like, that's the biggest thing you can do to benefit yourself long term, because it'll make everything so much easier and will also set you up with better audit protection if you ever were audited. You have kind of everything separated already, so the IRS doesn't have to dig too far to find what they're looking for. Right. So I don't know how nitty-gritty you want me to get, Jason, but those are really some of the biggest things that I run into consistently that people are either missing or not taking advantage of.
Right. Okay, so just to recap, so obviously track your mileage, separate your bank accounts, and have something in place that you're using at home office. Those are the biggest deductions you see that people are the mistakes they make come tax time that you could do now to try to make it better next year. Yeah. All right, so how could somebody get a hold of you if they want tax advice, tax questions, bookkeeping, accounting, any kind of those things? What's the best way that they can get a hold of you?
I am very accessible, probably too much though. I take texts, emails, on my Facebook page. I respond to the messages there really quickly. So my Facebook page is Noble Business Services. My phone number, I don't know, Jason, if you want to put it on a comment or something so that people have that. But I'm
not going to put your phone number out here, but they can go to, you have a website then and you have Facebook, right?
Yeah, Facebook. My website's always a work in progress, so I don't know. But just noblebusinessservices.com for my website. Facebook is Noble Business Services. I do try to keep up with my Facebook a little bit more than my website because I actually know how to do it a little bit. Anyways, yeah.
Kim, I know Kim's listening. Can you put that out there so people see it so it pops up on the bottom down there? I don't know if she's still listening.
Yeah, no worries. I try to keep up with my Facebook a little bit, but I'm always struggling a little bit with the content that needs to be generated. So
well, I can tell you one of the things that I admire. .com, yes, is this. So this is tax season. So not only is Haley, obviously it's tax season, so she's preparing taxes. As you heard, she's got three little boys running around in the background that she has to take care of. Christopher, I won't say she has to take care of him. He takes care of himself. And then they also are moving into their house, which is really exciting. So they've been remodeling a house during all this and just moved in. So I can't think of anybody that's been more busy. Well, anything else that you want to tell us about Haley or about Noble Business Services that I've missed or haven't asked, or anything you want to put out there?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. I love having you for a client, and I look forward to, continuing to work together, but really hope that we can just communicate that my desire and my passion is really to help the business owners. I believe in small business. I was raised in a small business, and so I really do believe that businesses are the backbone of our economy, and without a strong, accounting and financial foundation, there's a really good likelihood of not making it. I think it's like 50% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years, and the statistics on the reasoning is pretty staggering. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but financial mismanagement is one of the top reasons why small businesses fail. So that's really where I like to come in and be a help. So.
Right, and you are right. It's 50% in the first 5 years, and when the financial, a lot of that is cash flow, is the killer of a lot of small businesses. Which I know with your budgeting, you also do cash flow management. You can help forecast and project, and I know you've done that for us. So that's been a huge help and helped us a lot. And then did Kim get that on the bottom of there? I can't. Oh yeah, she did. She got your website there. Like I said, you can go to Noble Business Services. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about, and I know you help all kinds of businesses, but you've kind of got a focus on a niche, and you've done either cleaning or janitorial businesses as your kind of your focus, where you're focused a lot of your attention. So what drove you that direction, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, well, like you said, I think that pretty much any service business can benefit from having a niche, and I've always believed that, but decided really that I needed to implement it in my own business. And I have had cleaning clients, commercial cleaning customers that I really enjoyed working with, and I understood the industry. was able to implement systems. I mean, I remember coming in to help you, Jason, and some of the things that we were able to implement just saved so much time right off the bat for you as the business owner. And so being able to have those systems that I could duplicate to other customers, other clients, was really, I saw as a lot of benefit. And so decided, to just focus on this industry as my client base. It's where I do my outbound marketing to, and really kind of drilling down into the systems that need to be implemented to make your businesses run more efficiently and have that financial data you need to make good business decisions. So mostly I think the reason I did it was because, I had a very diverse client base, everything from restaurants to nonprofits to, like the commercial cleaning clients. I had tourism. There was just a huge diverse selection for me. And I kind of got a taste of different industries and really was able to provide the most value to the commercial cleaning industry. So wanted to expand on that more.
All right, cool. Very good. All right. So any last parting comments before we wrap this up?
I don't think so. My children are having total breakdowns out there, which
they are.
It's quite the timing. They were fine.
They can't live without you for 20 to 30 minutes.
No, they're lost without me.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and I can tell you from personal experience, I love the relationship we've built on the, obviously we were friends before, but on the business side and the value they brought to us, I know I appreciate, and I know I don't always tell you, and I know I've razzed you at times, and we've had our differences, but I do want you to know that I appreciate you and everything. So again, you can go to noblebusinessservices.com for Haley, and our niche is the medical field as far as the janitorial. So if anybody out there is watching, and Haley and I not only are business partners and friends, but we're like-minded as far as our cultures and values, and that's what we try to offer. As you heard her say, that's one of the biggest things she offers in her business that I really admire too, and we try to do the same thing. So if you're looking to upgrade on your cleaning side, you can go to pjsak.com/upgrade me, and there's some information we'll send you on that. But the biggest thing is, if you got any accounting or bookkeeping needs, Haley at Noble Business Services can help you out. And I appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us today, and we'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Jason. I really appreciate it.